My sister, my lifelong ally, stole my $5 million inheritance and shattered my wedding with a cruel public reveal, unraveling a web of lies that left me to rebuild my life from the ashes of her devastating betrayal. I'm Elena Martinez, 28, a pediatric nurse in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where the desert sun casts golden hues over the Sandia Mountains, painting my world with warmth. My days revolve around soothing sick kids at the hospital, their small hands gripping mine as I whisper reassurances. My nights belong to my fiance, Jamal Carter, 30, a software developer whose quiet humor and love for jazz fill our modest apartment with life. We met at a salsa dancing class, fumbling through steps until our laughter synced, and after 3 years of shared dreams, we planned a vibrant July 2025 wedding at a historic hacienda, envisioning mariachi melodies and a dance floor lit by stars. My sister, Camilla, 32, is a marketing executive in Denver, Colorado, with a charisma that could charm a rattlesnake. Growing up in Santa Fe, we were two sides of a coin. I was the gentle healer, always bandaging scraped knees, while she was the fierce go-getter, hustling for the spotlight. Our Mexican-American parents, Rosa and Miguel Martinez, were high school teachers who raised us on hard work, family loyalty, and spicy pozole Sundays. When they perished in a house fire 4 years ago, Camilla and I became each other's anchor. She was to be my maid of honor, giggling with me over my lace gown and joking about catching the bouquet. I trusted her like I trusted the sunrise, blind to the shadows in her smile. The inheritance came from our abuela, Sofia, a shrewd woman who'd turned a few rental properties into a $10 million fortune. She left it split evenly between Camilla and me, locked in a trust until we turned 30. For me, the $5 million was a hazy future cushion. I was too busy checking IV drips and planning table settings to obsess over it. Camilla, though, was different. She'd prod me about my plans for the money, her voice casual but her eyes sharp. "You gotta think big, Elena," she'd say over coffee, tossing her sleek hair. I'd shrug, teasing her for being so intense, never suspecting her interest wasn't sisterly curiosity, but something colder. After our parents' deaths, Camilla took charge of family affairs, insisting it was her role as the eldest. She'd hand me trust documents to sign, calling them routine updates, and I, drowning in grief, scrawled my name without reading. Her efficiency felt like love, not manipulation. Looking back, I see the red flags. Her vague explanations, her pushiness about the trust, the way she'd change the subject when I asked questions. But I was too raw, too trusting to notice. Jamal's family embraced me like their own. His mom, Lorraine, would pull me into hugs at their noisy barbecues, sharing stories of Jamal's childhood antics. My cousins, especially Anna, were my cheerleaders, texting me wedding Pinterest boards and hyping my dress fittings. Camilla was always there too, orbiting our plans with a smile I thought was pride. I didn't see her watching, calculating, weaving, a web I'd only discover when it was too late. Our bond, forged in shared loss and late-night talks, felt unbreakable. I was wrong. July 19th, 2025 was a canvas of perfection, painted with the hues of my dreams. The Albuquerque hacienda shimmered. Under glowing lanterns, the air rich with the scent of roasted chile and blooming jasmine. My lace gown hugged me like a promise, and Jamal's vows, spoken under a blazing sunset, wove our futures together, his eyes anchoring me. My sister Camilla, in a striking crimson dress, was a whirlwind of energy, adjusting my veil, barking, orders at caterers, her smile a beacon. Yet beneath her bustle, something felt off. Her laughter rang too loud, her movements too sharp. At the rehearsal dinner, she'd lashed out at our cousin Anna over a misplaced centerpiece, her voice slicing through the warm chatter like a shard of glass. I dismissed it as wedding stress, ignoring the unease curling in my chest. The reception pulsed with life. Guests swayed to mariachi rhythms, glasses clinking in toasts to our love. Then Camilla seized the microphone, her presence commanding the room. Her speech began tenderly, weaving memories of our Santa Fe childhood, how I'd bandage her scraped knees with care, decorating them with cartoon stickers. The crowd sighed, charmed, but her tone shifted, a blade hidden in honey. "Elena's so trusting," she said, her smirk glinting under the lights. "Always giving, never questioning, like with her inheritance. Ever wonder where $5 million vanishes when you're too busy playing saint?" The room stilled, a collective breath held. Jamal's hand froze on mine, his warmth suddenly distant. My heart thudded, and I forced a brittle laugh. "Camilla, what are you doing?" My voice trembled, thin against the silence. She raised her phone, her smile cold as winter. "Your trust fund, Elena. It's gone. Transferred out last year. Guess who's holding it now?" Murmurs erupted, a wave of shock rippling through the guests. My chest tightened, the world tilting under me. "Stop it," I choked, my voice barely a whisper. "This isn't funny. It's real," she snapped, projecting a bank statement onto the hacienda's adobe wall. My trust account glared back, 0 balance. A transfer record showed $5 funneled to an account in her name. "You signed the papers, sis. Should have read the fine print." Jamal rose, his voice low, edged with fury. "Camilla, explain this. Now." She laughed, a jagged, hollow sound that cut deeper than her words. "Explain? I earned it. Elena's too soft, wasting her days on dying kids. I took what I deserved." Anna's voice rang out, sharp with disbelief. "You're confessing to stealing in front of 200 people?" Camilla shrugged, unfazed. "Prove it." The trust was a mess, easy to twist with a forged signature and a greedy lawyer. My knees buckled, the room spinning. Jamal caught me, his arms my only tether. "Why, Camilla?" I whispered, tears burning. "Why here?" Her eyes gleamed, cruel and triumphant. "Because you needed to know you're not the hero everyone loves. I'm the one who wins." She tossed the mic to the floor and strode out, her heels clicking like a death knell. Chaos swallowed the room. Guests whispered, some filming, others slipping away. The mariachi faltered, the night unraveling. Jamal pulled me to a shadowed corner, but Camilla's betrayal burned, a poison seeping through my veins. She'd chosen my brightest moment to plunge me into darkness, shattering our bond with a single, vicious blow. In the days after our parents' deaths, Camilla had taken charge, urging me to sign trust documents she called routine. Drowned. In grief, I'd trusted her, scrawling my name without a glance. Now I saw her trap. Those papers were her key to my $5 inheritance. At dawn, I called the trust's lawyer, Ms. Vargas, my voice shaking. "Camilla used a forged power of attorney," she confirmed grimly. "She's been draining your share since 2024, moving it to an offshore account. Recovery is unlikely." Her words hit like a slap. "Unlikely?" I snapped. "She stole $5 and confessed." Vargas sighed. "The trust's loopholes made it legally ambiguous. A lawsuit's possible, but costly." Fury surged, eclipsing shock. I tore through old emails, unearthing the documents Camilla sent. Buried in dense legalese was a clause granting her control over my share. My signature, careless, trusting, mocked me. I'd signed away my future. Jamal and I hired a private investigator, Marcus, a gruff ex-cop who specialized in financial fraud. "She's cocky," he said, reviewing her bank records. "Bought a Denver penthouse, a Porsche. That wedding stunt. Sloppy. It's our opening." His words lit a spark, but the fire in me was already blazing. I became relentless, neglecting hospital shifts and sleep, my life narrowing to one goal: justice. My journal filled with jagged entries. July 24th, 2025. She was my sister, my home. Now she's a stranger who gutted me. I want her to feel this hollowness, to choke on her smugness. Marcus traced Camilla's digital trail. Instagram posts flaunting luxury, bank logs showing transfers through shell companies. She'd forged my signature, but her public confession, captured on guest videos, was a weapon. It wasn't enough for criminal charges, but it was leverage. I collected every scrap. Emails, texts, the viral wedding footage spreading on X. Jamal urged me to pause, his voice strained. "You're disappearing into this, Elena." But I couldn't stop. Camilla's betrayal wasn't just money. It was our shared laughter, our late-night talks, twisted into a blade. Each clue deepened the wound. Camilla had planned this for years, exploiting my grief, my trust. I'd missed her probing questions about the trust, her too smooth assurances. Now I saw her for what she was, a thief who'd worn my sister's face. I debated confronting her, but Marcus warned, "She'll bolt. Stay quiet, build the case." So I did. My nights spent sifting data, my days haunted by her voice. The hospital became a blur, my patients' faces fading against the sharper image of Camilla's smirk. Jamal's patience held, but I felt him slipping, my obsession a wall between us. Yet I pushed on, driven by a need not just to reclaim my money, but to reclaim myself from the sister who'd shattered me. Camilla's betrayal didn't just break me, it fractured my entire world. Jamal's family, once my second home, turned cold. His mom, Lorraine, stopped her warm invites to Sunday barbecues, her texts now curt, tinged with judgment about family drama. My cousins, led by Anna, were my anchor, their fury matching mine. Anna's texts burned with outrage. July 23rd, 2025. She's flaunting it on Insta. Denver penthouse, new Rolex. No shame. Camilla's posts were a taunt. All glitz and zero guilt. Champagne, toasts, designer bags. I itched to confront her online, but Jamal held me back. Don't feed her ego. Our extended family shattered. My tia Rosa's sister called, voice breaking. Your parents would have disowned her. Others, like Camilla's godmother, defended her, claiming I'd lost the money through carelessness. Family chats turned toxic, relatives blocking. Each other holiday plans canceled. The division cut deep, erasing decades of unity. At work, hospital gossip stung. Co-workers whispered about my scandal. Patients' parents probed. Is it true about your sister? I'd force a smile, but the humiliation festered. Jamal struggled under the weight. One night, he snapped, I'm losing you to this, Elena. We're supposed to be newlyweds. His pain hit hard. I'd been so consumed, I'd neglected him. We started therapy, clawing back our connection. Camilla, meanwhile, leaned into her. Victory, sending a smug email. Subject, get over it, money's nothing, I'm living big, try it. Psych, her words fueled my resolve, but they also burned. A reminder of her cruelty. Marcus, the PI, found a lead. A Denver colleague who'd overheard Camilla bragging about outsmarting me. It wasn't court-worthy, but it exposed her recklessness. The wedding video went viral on X. Sister steals $5 trending. Strangers debated. Some called Camilla a villain. Others mocked my naivety. The attention humiliated but pressured her. Her social media went silent. Friends split. Sophia, my co-worker, rallied, organizing support, while others ghosted, uneasy. With the drama, every corner of my life, family, work, love, felt tainted. Camilla's shadow stretching far beyond the money she stole. By October 2025, Marcus, our PI, had built a formidable case for a civil suit against Camilla, charging fraud and embezzlement. Her Denver penthouse tied to a shell company was unraveling through a sloppy paper trail that led back to her. My lawyer, Ms. Lopez, was relentless, her voice brimming with confidence. Her arrogance will sink her. We'll drag her through court until she breaks. The lawsuit drained our savings, but Jamal stood unwavering. This is our fight, Elena, he said, his hand steady in mine. Friends, moved by the viral wedding video, crowd-funded legal fees, their support a lifeline. The case is ongoing, but Camilla's facade is crumbling. She's sold her penthouse, traded her slick attorney for a budget one, her once bold swagger fading under pressure. I'm not the Elena of July, that trusting nurse who believed in unbreakable bonds. Betrayal forged me anew, sharper, fiercer. I've returned to painting, my canvases alive with desert storms, jagged reds and golds that scream grief and defiance. Jamal and I are planning a vow renewal, just us, under Albuquerque's vast, starry sky, a quiet reclaiming of our love. Therapy has woven us tighter, our scars a testament to survival. Camilla's silence, her social media dark, her taunts ceased, is my first victory. The money may never return, but I've reclaimed something deeper. My worth, my voice, my fire, my... Journal captures the shift. October 20th, 2025. I'm not her pawn. I'm Elena Martinez, whole not because of wealth, but because I fought, loved, and rose. She took my money, not my soul. This truth anchors me. Camilla's betrayal, once a wound, is now a spark, driving me to live boldly, surrounded by a chosen family she'll never fracture.